as he heads over to boxes.
Epsilon is definitely going to go for an A push off the start. That's such a solid one. You know, they're keeping it simple. They're not doing anything fancy off the start. Don't really want to try and do anything wild. Method's going to pick up a nice first blood there, and I believe Method's, that was with a sniper rifle. But you're going to see Killa here kind of hanging around the middle of that L wall area. Doesn't really want to challenge anything, just kind of peeking his head out. Parasite, though, great job switching to taking out Stainville right there, as now Parasite with the bomb is going to be hanging out on the mid statue, down to a 3v2 situation. Methods and Heist versus Killa, Parasite, and Miracles. One going to be on that tractor. That's going to be Miracles trying to take one out in that cubby, and it looks like he's not going to go down. Shots still being fired. Parasite moving in from the back. Miracles finally going to clean him up, and if I'm Parasite, I need to get this bomb down right now.
And right now, Heist actually had the advantage with the flank, but he was a little bit late with doing it, and now he's got the DSR out along with this MSMC as he's going to be pursuing for this bomb. It's a 1v3. Bomb goes down over at A, and he's just going to be passive here and just try to scope out the area and find out what's going on. But as we see now, it's actually going to be one of them. It's going to be Miracles, who actually rotated over, but just gets spotted, and now it is going to smell blood in the water as Killa now, as well as Parasite's going to be shooting some bullets over there, as well as even Miracles going to join in the action.
If he gets this, I'm going to cry.
He might get, if he does. Well, I mean,
it is Heist.
He is Heist, so we'll see if he does in fact get it. He does spot someone on the top grandmas. Doesn't look like he's actually just looking like he's going for some score streaks as of right now, and really just not being aggressive. But here he goes, finally pushing up. Is he just going to go for the bomb? And there he goes. And see, the reason why I did that, you don't want to give up the points, you know.
That 300 points could mean the world of difference. And you see the Killer right there just waiting. He didn't want to take any bad shots, knowing that Heist could get away, but right there just going to get him in the backside, making sure that nothing was going to go down, securing that round for his team. 1-0 in favor of Epsilon, and I believe we saw Epsilon when they played, was it VVV? They 6-0'd them?
I think they did, in fact, 6-0 them. I mean, they are so dominant whenever it comes to really any game mode right now, but if this is the game mode that SoaR is going to win, this is it right here. And as I'm looking right now, Methods going through this bottom wood position with his MSMC out as his rest of his team heads over for that right side. So maybe Methods has the element of surprise here, but he's just going to chill just a little bit and not even go up. So let's actually get on board with Realize now as he's in a gunfight and takes out Parasite, and it's going to bring down to a 4v3 now.
What a great kill by Realize. You know, Realize, one of these up-and-coming players, and my favorite part about Realize isn't really Realize himself, it's his family support. His dad right now sitting behind him on main stage.
Right.
The family support is something that's so key, and a lot of these younger players that can receive that, you see them reaping the benefits.
Yeah, most definitely. But you know what? Methods right now is going to try to perform here, but he just missed. Who was that going back alley? That was actually Killa, who just went back alley. Just missed him. But look at how passive they're playing right now. SoaR already back in their spawn. They knew someone was going to be flanking, but they're just a little bit too late. They're not going to pick up on that. But some back alley is about to happen as Killa gets in a gunfight, and that's actually going to be with Stainville. As Stainville goes down, it's going to be Killa on a 3-kill streak. 2v3 now as Realize the Methods trying to make something happen and get this bomb plant just in 20 seconds.
Killa again in that back alley, and I'm not sure what SoaR was thinking, trying to challenge that again because they knew he was going to be there. Now it's going to be Realize in a 3v1, shots fired. He's going to have to push bottom Brown. He connects, takes out Miracles. 10 seconds left. What's going to happen? He's going to have to pull out that sniper rifle, and it looks like he's going to get challenged. Ooh. Cannot connect. Almost picked off Killa there, but Killa going to pick up at least 3 kills that round. I'm not sure if he picked up a full ace, but that's going to put Epsilon up 2-0, and they've got to be weary of Killa right now. Getting close to those streaks, I believe.
Killa is on his way to streaks right now, and they have to be worried about that. I know I would be if I was playing a Hellstorm and a Lightning Strike on this map. Could be extremely deadly, which could honestly just grab you 2 rounds right off the bat. As we know, they are just, it's such an open map. Here we go. Killa does, in fact, have an RCXD. Interesting if he's going to pull to scope out the area, but once again, just in tip.
I think it's a little too early for that right now. You know, 2-0. 4-4 still alive. Killa doesn't really want to burn it. He's going to save that for a later round. If this game starts getting close, he wants to be able to have something that he can utilize to really give them the advantage. And that's exactly, I think, how he's going to play it out. They're going to wait, because right now they're still in the lead.
Yeah, they're still in the lead right now, 2-0. I mean, and there's really nothing stopping them right now as they get in a gunfight. Look at that. Methods takes out Miracles, but Parasite's going to come in big and take out Methods, and then he's still got the bomb. He needs to get this planted with just 45 seconds remaining, but they're sitting pretty right now. But look at the defense from the team of SoaR. They're all over there in one central choke point on A. Let's get on board with some action. It looks like Killa with the RCXD just gets a hit marker, but not able to get it, and it's going to be a 2v3 now. Parasite and Killa trying to make something happen. Now bring it down to a 2v2.
Stainville, I'm not sure what he's doing. Stainville, I know he knows better than that. He has to look that way. And down to a 1v2, it's going to be Parasite. Parasite, arguably one of the better S&D players on this team. He's going to have to fight Heist and Realize. and it looks like he's going to be rotating into yellow. Both these players will be in A looking for him, and it looks like Parasite's actually going to rotate all the way through, but
Very
it does
smart.
look like he's going to have a gunfight with Heist, not going to notice him, and Heist going to take him out from the side. Excellent play by Heist, but Parasite, it looks like if he would have rotated a little faster, he might have made a great play there.
Well, you know what? Would have, could have, should have. His Heist is going to pick it up now with his MSMC, and that's going to put a score on the board. 2-1 now. Still Epsilon leading, but SoaR, though, really trying to hang in there, and you got to respect them. They're doing an excellent job, and I think they have it within them. Now, right now, SoaR has to get the spot planted. They've been very passive before. Are they going to be more aggressive here? It would be really refreshing to see.
I would love to see just a fast push, but it does look like they're not. They're gonna be hanging out, but right there, Realize somehow taking out a trophy system, and he's gonna notice one in that cubby. He's gonna just be shooting. He's gonna pick up a 50 points right there to take out that trophy system. As Methods, though, gonna be hanging out, looking through the middle, looking into yellow, making sure that nobody's in there, and it does not look like there's an Epsilon player there. 3v4 in favor of Epsilon as they have picked up the first blood, but John gonna take out Methods from that tank, and now SoaR has to start worrying a little bit.
Yeah, they do. Realize all the way back in boxes. Stainville going for the flank. He was just EMP, so that's going to tip off where he's at. And there's actually somebody behind him. We just spotted him. That was Killa. He doesn't kill him. Doesn't shoot at him anyways. But he is going to call him out as he gets in a gunfight here. Is he going to win it? No, he doesn't. It's left up to Realize in a 1v4 now. Not looking good, but he's got the DSR out. Tries to get a shot. He's not going to get it. Goes for it again. Misses again. And John's going to clean him up, bringing the score 1-3 in favor of Team Epsilon. And just overall, SoaR just being extremely passive. And I think that's really working against him. I know I keep harping on that, but I really feel the more aggressive they're going to be against Epsilon, the better off they're going to be.
Yeah, you know, realizing an awful place right there. 1v3, I believe, against Epsilon, and they know where you're at after missing 2 shots. I mean, at that point, it's everything but over. I mean, you can't really do much else. But let's get on board with Killa. I want to see what Killa's doing. I'm feeling Killa doing some wild stuff. As Parasite right there going to be holding on to that pre-fire and into cubby. Killa going to be hanging out in the middle of the map, going down to Realize, and I might have cursed him right there. 2 going to go down, and it does look like Epsilon, John, and Parasite are going to have 4 players alive from SoaR.
What we're going to find out is John is over here at the Broken Wall section in the 2v4 now. Everybody up for the team of SoaR. Parasite and John staying next to each other, maybe contemplating a B-bomb plant. And John's just very cautious as well as Parasite for good reason. Here we go. Parasite scoping out that tractor. Does spot somebody. It's Methods and takes him out, but Parasite gets shut down himself. John shooting at someone on that top. Grandma, can he get the kill? No, he can't. Just right now trying to run away, but he's not going to get away as Stainville shuts him down, bringing the score 3-2. Back and forth action.
John Lee get caught up on that wall. He might have gotten away. And you know how Parasite got that kill on Tractor, I have no idea, because I think our monitors might be a little bit bigger than the ones on main stage. I'm not sure, but I couldn't see him. So Parasite's got the God vision.
Yeah, he's got the God vision. Okay. Hey, that's respectable. So we could say that.
I mean, I've got pretty good eyes, I like to think. But however he picked that one up was absolutely fantastic. And on board with Methods, though, is Methods again going to be pushed in the middle. He's going to notice one of the impact players. That is going to be, I believe that was Parasite or maybe Killa up the middle. Killa going to pick up first blood right there. There's going to be another player on Tractor. Stainville going to challenge him. He is going to go down, and that will be Parasite picking up the kill. And Taylor, let's pull up the scoreboard right now. I want to see what the scores are.
Give me 1 second as Methods takes out Stainville there, and he gets taken out himself. Oh, and I can't bring up the scoreboard now. I fell. Fellfish. I'm sorry. Hashtag Fellfish.
Fellfish?
Fellfish. Hashtag Fellfish.
Can we hashtag that?
Oh, hashtag Fellfish. Well, a lot of people say it. Hey, it's a common thing to say.
I've never heard that one before. Guys,
dude, I swear.
If you'd like to yell at Taylor via social media, hashtag Failfish, I'm sure he's going to look at it. Don't be too nasty, though, because Taylor is beautiful.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go.
I mean Ryan, I'm sorry.
4-2 right now is the overall score. Epsilon still leaving us. And I pull up the overall scoreboard now to see what's going on. Parasite 7-3, Killa 6-3, John and Miracles both 3-3. And if we look, Realize the only one positive on the team of SoaR. Stainville at the bottom struggling 1-5. Let's get on board with some action now as we just went over that. Killa is going to pick up a nice frag nade on Realize.
You know, that's one of the words I really wish that myself and a lot of the other casters would use coming from Counter-Strike is that top fragging or picking up a frag, because it's so funny to hear. But Parasite right there going to connect quickly after one of his teammates being dropped 3v1 situation. Stainville going to have to challenge. Stainville going down to Killa 2-5 right now. what's going to happen?
Right now, man, it's just Epsilon dominating over SoaR. I mean, you know, Epsilon is a very dominating team. It's respectable. It's honorable. You know, they're doing a great job overall, and SoaR is just hanging in there. Current score 5-2. SoaR has it within them to make a comeback, but they need to get to work here and just change something up because something is not working.
I want to see 4 subs right now. I really think an aggressive push could
Actually,
do
we
something.
see 3 ARs, though.
I'm angry.
You're angry? Well, hey, Heist is the only one within MSMC, so quite interesting is he's going to be going straight up middle, throwing some EMPs, does hit somebody, and this is the aggression I like to see. Is he going to push up? If he does, he's the man. Oh my gosh, he's trying to get a kill. He's at, and there he goes. He gets taken down as realizes Stainville now last alive. Realize trying to put some bullets in somebody over there. He actually is going to kill Miracles, though, bring it down to a 2v3. Stainville and Realize right side by side.
I'm not 100% sure what SoaR was thinking for that rush. They send one guy as Realize doing an excellent job baiting Parasite out, and it's going to be John. They're going to have to look for John 1v2 situation, and it's up to Stainville. Stainville right now, if he could make this play, that would be absolutely huge.
But they're flanking.
It does look like they're flanking. He's going to have that MSMC. He needs to realize where they're going to be. He's going to pop his head out. He's going to notice one L wall where they're both going to be there. And Epsilon doing what's so key in S&D.
Putting the pressure on him is what you want to do right now. And the bomb is down. They know that, and he gets taken out. Kill it, taking out Stainville. Final score 6-2, and that is going to be 2-0 now in this best of 5. And it looks like Epsilon is poised to take this win.
Yeah, I want to see the scoreboard, and, you know, noticing on the player cam, I think Spacely's up there with Epsilon. I'm not really sure. Epsilon doesn't have a coach, but they've had a different person on main stage with them every time. The last time they had 2 Quick up there, and it just seems like they've got so many friends. I want to see the scoreboard 2-6, and it looks like Stainville going to go 2-7. Stainville struggling a little bit in that one, and, you know, the only thing I've got to say before we go to a quick commercial break is excess energy, guys. This stuff... You know it's kept you awake all weekend. It's kept me awake. It is great, and I might purchase some when I get home.
Hey, some great stuff going there. I also like to point out Killa went 9-3, so he performed exceptionally well. Going into Capture the Flag, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be next. Don't go anywhere. Tweet out the stream. We'll be right back.